Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about things I didn't know about labor, or not labor, just labor, but becoming a mother, labor, postpartum, all of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's get right into it. So, number one thing that supported me was knowing that I was going to have my own experience. And I say that because the minute I found out I was pregnant, everyone was very happy, but also projected their traumas on to me, or at least tried to. But I was advised by a really good friend of mine, Leslie. She said, Mama, don't allow other people's experience to become yours, and say that, feel it, and know it. And so I was like, okay. So sure enough, she was one of the first people we told that we were expecting and that we were pregnant. And sure enough, people were like, oh my God, how awesome. Girl, labor is something else. Girl, I was in labor for blah, blah, blah hours. Oh my God, I tore down there and it is the worst thing. And, on and on and on. Oh girl, you're so little, you're gonna suffer. I got it all. And so mentally, when I would hear that, I would say, if not verbally, if I felt comfortable enough, oh, that was your experience. I'm choosing to have my own. And so just knowing that, and it was like an automatic thing. And so I did. I chose to have my own experience, make it my own. What was big for me was surrendering. So for me, I thrive on what's the plan, what's A, B, and C, and what's going to happen. Well, labor is just, it's so beautiful in that it is what it is. It is just going to be. So I did some work around that. And my biggest takeaway from my coach was, she said, surrender to what it is going to happen, because it is going to happen anyways. So I was like, you know what? You're right. Whatever is going to come my way is going to come my way regardless. Let me not stress my body, stress my baby. And that helped a lot. With that being said, stuff transpired during delivery that it was happening, but Jorge and I were both on the same team and the same mindset, and it's like, okay, let's handle that. Oh, this is happening now, let's handle that. And it was beautiful because it just flowed. Even though it wasn't the best of scenarios, we're like, okay, well, this is what's happening, this is what is rising. We handled it. Okay, next step, okay, how do we handle this? This is what we're doing. So it was great to be on that mindset and just surrendering, as opposed to releasing this oh my God, and stressing my body more than what it was going on during delivery. So that was very helpful, just kind of getting in that mindset, surrendering to the process, because everyone's going to have their own process, and having your own journey and accepting it, because everything, things happen for us, not to us. So be with that. I have a list, so I stay organized here. Another thing that helped a lot, and I learned this from our birthing classes, whatever you want to call them. She said, your number one job that you need to have as mom is feed baby. Job number 2 is to feed yourself and rest. Job number 3 is sits bath. Everything else, house cleaning, cooking, laundry, that needs to be delegated. Whether you ask for support, whether it's your partner stepping in, whether it's family. Food, at the beginning, my mom actually got sick, so she couldn't visit us. So we had food ordered, ahead of time. We had food delivered, and Jorge was always like, did you eat? Here, eat, snack, because I was breastfeeding, so you need to keep your calorie intake a little high, and always giving me water and this. So that was very helpful. Oh yeah, when you're breastfeeding, you need to rest. I was stressing so much. I was like, oh my God, she's not eating enough. I don't know. Because when you're breastfeeding, you can't see how much milk is coming out. So that is a whole thing in itself. So what worked for me was kind of just getting on a schedule of I need to drink, eat, and sleep, whenever possible. And so Jorge and me would do turnos, we would take turns. So he'd say okay, I'm going to take her out to the living room. I need you to go do your sits bath. I need you to eat and do your sits bath. And then you need to go take a nap. And so at first it was mom guilt, but no, she's just gonna, what if she gets hungry? She needs me. I don't know if you're doing things right. But once I surrendered and allowed for him to, support me, it just flowed. So I invite you to just surrender and know that it's gonna be okay for 1 or 2 hours for you to step away, and then you can come back and, compose and rested and able to feed baby better. Another supplement that really helped me out, and I'll also link that below, is Legendary Milk. If you don't follow them on Instagram. They're always just so helpful with anything. Even if you DM them with questions. I started taking their supplements, and game changer for me because I wasn't making as much milk till the day I still drink it. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. So that's definitely something that helped. Oh yeah, another thing I didn't know after labor is that your tummy stays kind of the same. Well, not as big, but still like you look like you're about 6 months pregnant. And I didn't know this. So when you are preparing your hospital bag, make sure you take something that's still comfy and not like super tight because you're expecting to fit into your jeans, you know, prior to being pregnant. Like still be cool and relax with it because you're still gonna have a tummy. My tummy stayed around for about like a good, it went getting smaller, but it stayed around for like 3 months. And I say this because I remember that I went to the pharmacy like like 2 weeks after delivery. Someone was like, oh, when are you due? And you know me, I was very petty. I was in pain. I was like, I already had her. He was like, oh, sorry. And everyone in the line just turned around like, which brings me to, don't make comments about our appearance. Like, we know we look tired. We know we look big. We know we still look pregnant. Just love us. Really, just love us and support us and wash dishes for us and feed us. That's it. That's all we ask. Okay? Thank you. All right, so which brings me to another thing. Did you know you deliver twice? You like physically deliver your baby and then you deliver your placenta. Like literally, it's like you push your baby, it's excitement. Everyone, you know, they cut the cord, it's all happening, chill vibes. And then they take baby and they're like doing whatever here with baby. But then they're like, all right, mama, we need you to push again. We need you, you know, you deliver your placenta. I was like, what? For whatever reason, I thought like they pulled it out or it just came out. I don't know. You need to deliver your placenta. It's like it's a push. You push and there comes out your placenta. Something that really, really supported me. And if you guys are open to it, look into it. It's placenta encapsulation. So what it is they take your placenta and they dry it up. There's 2 forms, but they dry it up, make it into little capsules, and you drink those. And the reason you want to do that is because your hormones are up here. You know, you're creating a whole little human being inside of you. Then you deliver and you go really quick. So these are supposed to help you stabilize your way down instead of a free fall. I absolutely love it. For baby number 2, that's in the plans for sure, no questions asked. In addition to making the capsules, they give you a tincture. So our company is called the Feel Good Company. I don't know if you guys can see that. But Feel Good Company, look them up. They're in the LA area. You can literally see pieces of your placenta. So you'll be like, ew, it's so gross. They don't taste like anything. Just take the capsules like vitamins, and I swear by them. I absolutely love them. This tincture actually you can use for afterwards. So this is just like an extra little booster once you stop taking your capsules or you're done with your capsules. Mine lasted like 2 to 3 months, don't remember, but they were so helpful. I don't know, for me it's a must. And then this is really cool because let's say your mom's going through menopause, she can take some of this tincture, which I think is really, really cool, and it's preserved with alcohol, so it's a long shelf life. So you shake it once in a while and you store it like in a dark place, a cool dark place. So I absolutely love this. It's just everything about it is beautiful. In addition to this, she made a keepsake, which at first I was like, oh, I don't think I care for that. But it is very beautiful and I appreciate it. And now I even put it in Catalea's like keepsake box. It's an imprint of your actual placenta. And it's beautiful. It looks like the tree of life. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's beautiful. So she shapes it, and then the end of the cord, it's like a little heart. So I was like, oh my God. So I absolutely love that. If you guys are open to that, go ahead and do that. And it helps. Which brings me to another thing. Your emotions are going to be everywhere, and it is totally normal. It is totally okay. If you feel like crying, cry it out. If you feel like venting, call someone and vent. If you're the one receiving that call and a mama is venting, just let them vent. Don't fix a problem. Let them vent. And then ask for like, okay, well, what can I do to support you? It's very open-ended, because sometimes we just need someone to hear us out. That's it. Know that it's normal, because again, your hormones are here and your body's receiving so much, and then you free fall to So it's just, you know, you fluctuate so much. Anything and everything can make you cry. Personal story. One day I was so tired and it's the night we came from the hospital. It was a fight in itself, and I can make a whole video off of that scenario. They didn't want to let us come home, and I was just like, I'm going home today, period, end of sentence, and my baby's coming with me. They were like, no, she's on the smaller side. I'm like, I am small. My baby's gonna be small. Like, you guys, she's fine. And no, well, you know, she has a little bit of jaundice. I try to keep her, like, you can go home, but she needs to stay, and that was not gonna happen. So long story short, we came home that night with baby, and I was just emotionally drained, physically drained. At the hospital, you really don't sleep much. They come in to check on you every other hour, and then check on baby every other hour, and me, I hear everything. Like, I'm like, what's going on? And so I wasn't rested. I didn't really eat. Like, I was just, it was a lot going on, just drained in every aspect. And I came home and I literally had like a breakdown, to the point where my husband's like, babe, how can I support? Like, what do I do? Because again, I'm not like, I don't ever really cry. I don't even think he saw me ever cry like that before. And my answer to him was like, I don't know everything. And he's just staring at me like, you know, guys are like, well, how do I fix this? And then he said, what do you mean everything? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing this mom thing right. I don't know if she ate enough. And I'm so tired. And my house is messy. Because we had just came from the hospital. So like our luggage was out. And you know me, I'm a creature of my environment. So he's like, okay. He's like, you know what? He's like, I got you. He's like, go eat. There's food on the table. Go eat. I'm gonna draw you a bath, and you're gonna do a sitz bath, and you're gonna go take a nap, and you're gonna be okay. And did you take your placenta pills? I was like, no, I forgot. Did you take your pain meds? He's like, no, I forgot. So it was all like a thing. And it was just crying and crying and crying. And then it happened again because I delivered near Mother's Day, and I had an emotional breakdown on Mother's Day. Like, I honestly don't even know what the problem was, but I had an emotional breakdown, and I was like, you didn't tell me Happy Mother's Day, like, the right way. And he said, baby, yes, I did. Like, I said Happy Mother's Day, and, you know, like, and I did this and that. But for me, the emotions are everywhere. So it's absolutely normal. Cry it out. Feel your feels. It's totally normal. Like, it's totally normal. And if you're a partner to someone who's having these emotional like waves of crying for everything and anything, like, just be there for them. Just listen to them. Just love on them. Just be patient with them. Our bodies just like, they're so sacred. They're so sacred. They're so special. They're so unique. And just the journey of delivery, let's not even just forming a baby in your belly. It's just so beautiful, and so just, I'm still in awe of it. And then there's the actual delivery. The delivery is such a sacred, like, that's how I can put it. Like, there's no words for it. Like, I don't know where I read this, but it's almost as if your physical body like is here on earth, but you go to another realm to get your baby, and you bring baby back, and that's when you tune back in. Because delivery, like, it's a lot. And then once you have baby, like, that's when you come back to your body. That's, for me, that's what it felt like. And it's a beautiful experience, and it's a lot. So just be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, be patient with baby. Baby's new to this universe, to this planet. So the only way they can communicate is through crying. So I remember there was moments where I was like, you know what, let's forget this breastfeeding thing. I'm over it, formula feed, like, she's crying, and why do I have to get up? And, you know, it's just a lot of that, but always centering myself on, we're playing team. It shouldn't be like, well, I changed her last, you change her. It should be like daddy wanting, or mommy, or whoever's your support system, stepping up and just changing baby because of changing baby, and allowing mommy to rest, and just being kind to one another, and knowing that you guys are on the same team. At the end of the day, you guys just want the baby to be safe and fed. So just being with that, I think is just a game changer, and something that, let's see, vagina aftercare. I wish I would have been more versed, I think, in how to care for it, because I was in a lot of pain. So again, don't allow this, my story, to become your journey. Yours is gonna be yours. Like, just make it your own. However, be prepared. So the aftercare for us, like my mom, these are her remedios, if you want to, her brujeria, whatever you want to call it. We boiled rosemary, which is romero in Spanish, and ruda, which is rue. We boiled those together for a while, and then we put that water, we saved it, and we put it like in a little jug, like for the week. And then so that I would keep by my restroom because I would do sitz bath with that water. So I would add a little bit of warm water, a splash of my little concoction, and then a splash of witch hazel. And I'll link all those, like the little container that I would sit on in the bathroom. You can put it over your toilet and just sit in it. And it's warm water and just kind of, it soothes, there's an antiseptic properties. It's amazing. So whatever it is, ask your moms, ask your elders of your family what remedios they used to do. And for me, I absolutely love that part. Not only was it a time to just be and sit there, like you'll realize that showers and bathroom breaks are just so peaceful. So that aftercare is very important. So just be with that, do some research. Padsicles were amazing as well, which was just getting pads, opening them up, not taking the full plastic off, just open them up, put witch hazel, aloe vera, close them up, freeze them, and then use them to soothe you down there. And it's just a game changer. Sex. That's another one. Whoo, man. No one really says or talks about it, but let me tell you, sex isn't something that you're ready. For me, I was not ready to jump right into. For me, the aftercare, how I felt down there, I didn't know, or I wasn't given my prescribed pain meds, so I was really going through it. And so sex was just not even in the cards at all. So I followed what is in Spanish, or for Latinos, la cuarentena, which means you stay home primarily, you bond with baby, like no sex, you abstain from being outdoors and, letting that energy of other people, other things come in. It's just a time for mommy and baby to bond. It is a beautiful time. I'm glad I did follow that. Essentially, after the 40 days, you're kind of given the okay to have sex. Well, that was not the case. For me, it took a while. It wasn't, I want to say, till like a month ago that I was like, okay, we can get back into this again. And my husband was absolutely understanding. He was patient. He was kind about it. And I invite you to do the same. If your partner is pregnant or delivering, just be kind with them. Know that emotionally, physically, like you're just getting used to all of this. So it needs time to adjust. And let me do a little like postpartum. So this is me. Catalea she's 11 months. She's about to be 1 in about 2 weeks. So this is the gist of it. I get messages all the time asking me like, oh, what did you do? You don't have any stretch marks. Like, let me tell you, my body's not what it used to be, but I'm okay with it. Like, I'm a mother. Like, I went through a new journey. I'm not going to be the woman I was prior to birth, and that's okay. So the only other pointers I can tell you is water. Drink water when you're pregnant, and drink water like it's going out of style during your whole breastfeeding journey. If you choose not to breastfeed, just as postpartum care, do it, because your body needs to, your body's coming together again, and so it needs that moisture. In addition to that, I kept adding my coconut oil. Even now, I get out of the shower and it's part of my routine. Like, I just lather up in coconut oil because your body again is doing this, and so it needs that moisture. So those are really the only pointers. In regards to fajas or like girdles, I'm going to tell you, you listen to your body, you be with it. It is very common for everyone to be like, fájate, fájate, fájate. For me, I felt so much pressure down there that I was just not even, it was not an option. And I listened to my body, and I'm glad I did. I had my own journey. So it wasn't until month 3 that I was like, all right, mama, like, I'm ready to put something on. Not like the full, like super suck me in, but something. So she went to Ross and actually got me, they're like shorts, and like they're like, yeah, like shorts, and they come up to like here, like a long kind of, but it's very like breathable material. It wasn't anything like, oh my god, I can't breathe. Shapewear. It was more like shapewear, and it was very like it felt like it was keeping me together, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't breathe, because that was not comfortable for me. So again, have your own experience, what feels right. Don't just because someone tells you, because your mom tells you, like, listen to your body, like your intuition, like you'll know what's right for you. Like, you don't have to jump into the full faja. Not until I was ready to work out, which for me, I went in for my final like mommy visit down there, which they literally insert something to make sure that everything's okay down there. That in itself was a whole traumatic thing. I was like, why you have to check? They do. That's another thing I didn't know. And then they're just like, oh, you're fine. You can, get back into working out slowly, nothing crazy. Don't be lifting anything. So even then, I knew my body was not ready. So I did not jump into working out right away. I think I gave it like a month and a half still, because I was just like, I don't feel right. I feel so much pressure. It's very tender down there. I can't. I'm not ready yet. I wasn't ready. And again, have your own journey. Listen to your body. So once I felt ready, that's when I started wearing the full on like, I think it's called the sweat something girdle. Like it has like it's very like stretchy. And so that's when I started wearing that, and that was okay. That's what worked out for me. So don't feel like this pressure to bounce back and be back, because I'm telling you like firsthand, like I don't have the body I used to have, and I'm okay with that. I'm a mother. I'm like at a whole new phase, a whole new chapter. Like I'm grateful for the body I had, and I'm accepting of what it is now. And just be present and fully love on yourself, because let me tell you, babies pick up on all your energies and all the feels. So yeah, just be present, be grateful, be, you have a body that works, feeds, and made a human being. Like that in itself is magical. So just be with that. Not so much pressure on this whole bouncing back, and this is what, like, it is what it is. Like, let me show you. Let me give you the real tea. Like, I'm sitting down, and that's what it is. Like, before, I didn't have any of this. But you know what? I have a child. I'm a mama. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm a mama now. Like, that's okay. Like, that's my reality. Why like bask in it? Like, I do what I can. I work out and I eat and I have my water, and this is my new body, and I'm okay with it. So just coming in acceptance to that, and not having like this thing like you have to bounce back, or you still have a little bit of your tummy left, huh? Like it didn't bounce back, huh? Like all that, like don't allow that to be your present, your reality. Okay, and lastly, another thing that I just didn't know was breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, it's a commitment. It's gonna have moments where you may want to just be like, you know what, forget this, let's go with formula, because I'm not trying to do all this. But personally, like she's still breastfeeding till the day. She's solid now, but she still breastfeeds, and it's been an amazing experience. Probably will be doing it for baby number 2 if my body allows. Like that's, it's been a great experience. I know that not all moms can, and that's okay. Just being surrendering with what works, and breastfeeding might be for you, breastfeeding might not be with you. But one thing that I didn't know that now I know, and I tell all my mamas, like, yo, if you're gonna breastfeed, make sure you take that nipple cream with you to the hospital, because I thought you put nipple cream once it's already like raw and hurting and stuff. Just keep it lathered before it even gets to that point, and you're gonna be solid. And baby needs to have a deep latch, which if you don't take parenting classes, this is something you wouldn't necessarily know. But babies are gonna just so I'm doing a quick little tutorial. So you're gonna wanna put, like, to say this is nipple here, and this is, I'm baby. You wanna do this, and baby naturally is gonna wanna do this. And so they can have a shallow grip, which is gonna be like so you don't want baby to do that. So when baby does this, they're gonna do, and you want to literally put the nipple inside so that they're like, they have like a super deep latch, nipples right inside, so that doesn't hurt on your nipple. Because if they don't have a right latch, it can create like some pain. In addition to that, make sure it's always lubed up. I use nipple cream. I'll link it down below. And I had one, I'm not joking, in like my restroom. I had one in my purse. I had one in my bedside, because I just was like, we're not gonna let it get there. Almost like chapped lips. Like you don't want to let them get to like this redness and flame. Just keep it moisturized. Keep it moisturized. So that's another thing that absolutely helped out. But yeah, I just wanted to share those little nuggets that I learned along the way. I don't know if I talked about this, but also there's pain meds. I didn't know there was pain meds. The doctor's like, how are your pain meds working out? Like, why? Because I walked in, I waited for like 30 minutes. They were not calling me, and I was like in pain. It was really throbbing. And she's like, well, why aren't you taking your pain meds? I was like, what pain meds? And she's like, oh, honey. So there's pain meds, guys. Ask for them before you leave the hospital. I don't know why my nurse She was amazing, but I think she just forgot, or I don't know. And I didn't know, so there it went. Yeah, as for payments, they're a game changer. Once she gave me that, I popped them right in. I was not about like to suffer anymore, and it did. It changed the dynamic of things, because you being in pain, you know, getting used to everything, like it can be overwhelming. So there's pain meds. So just so you know. So I just wanted to share that, and I want to make a video next time with Jorge, which we got to get him on schedule, but maybe things that we can share that maybe can support you guys in your journey, so that you can watch with your significant other, with your partner, and see what can help you guys through this journey of becoming parents, because it's completely new. And you know, playing team and being on the same team and knowing that you guys are working towards the same, I think that's going to really help. But yeah, I just wanted to share those little nuggets, things that I've taken away from my personal delivery experience, and that maybe you just didn't know, and that you can just know now and prepare for it. So hopefully this helped. And click down below. I would love to learn what you guys take, what kind of remedies your mom, elders in your community do, and let's share with each other. I'm like obsessed with learning other remedies, using herbs, and you know, other like cuarentena approaches that your family may have. So again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and see you guys later.